Hey, welcome back everyone. We have a new boat. INS Mysore. Indian Navy ship Mysore. She's got quite the history and it doesn't exactly start with the Indian Navy. The INS Mysore, she was originally HMS Nigeria, a Crown Colony British light cruiser commissioned just at the start of World War II back in September of 1940, right before Germany invaded Poland. She served in the high Arctic first and was one of the first Allied ships to get some of the code books and part of the German enigma machine from the German weather ship Lauenburg. The entire German Navy abandoned that ship and left, and she just walked on board and took what she can. She also took part in Operation Gauntlet, which is actually a very important operation that involved a lot of Canadians, to deny German access to the Norwegian territory of Spitsbergen and Bear Island for coal production by destroying the coal mines. A lot of Canadians actually helped out there. HMS Nigeria sank the German training ship Bremse, but suffered serious damage in the process in her bow, possibly having actually detonated a mine. On return to Britain, she was sent to Newcastle for repairs. Nigeria was then assigned to operate in the Mediterranean. In August of 42, she was participating in Operation Pedestal, escorting convoy bound for Malta. Nigeria was torpedoed and damaged by the Italian submarine Axum, but managed to make it back to Gibraltar, escorted by 3 destroyers. Unfortunately, 52 of her crew members were killed in that attack. She was sent from there to the United States for repairs, which took 9 months to complete. If you ask me, 9 months, pretty good shore leave for an ex-Royal Canadian Navy member. After these were complete, she operated off the South African coast. In March of 43, she picked up 30 survivors from the African merchant ship James B. Stephens that was torpedoed and sunk in March 8, 1943 by the German U-boat U-160, about 150 nautical miles or 280 kilometers northeast of Durban. The KM is actually for all the non-Americans. Nigeria was then assigned to operate with the Eastern Fleet from February 1944 into December 1945, when she returned to the UK to be refitted. During her time in the Far East, she participated in raids in Sumatra. Nigeria actually survived the war and continued her service for the Royal Navy as the only colonial cruiser maintained 4 triple 6-inch turrets. Her X turret, the one in the back, finally being removed in 1954. In 1954, after that removal and that refit, she was sold to India and went under a generalized reconstruction or upgrade. Now, INS Mysore, Indian Navy ship Mysore, was commissioned in the Indian Navy in 1957. In 1959, the Mysore rammed the Royal Navy destroyer Hogue, severely damaging Hogue's bow. But it gets better. There's more. In 1969, she collided with the destroyer Runnan, resulting in the latter being decommissioned again in 1972 with the frigate Bees. Not so good. After that, Mysore became an actual training boat for the Indian Navy and didn't really do too much until actually about 1971. She served as a flagship of the Western Fleet in the Indian Navy and commanded the missile attack on Karachi Harbor in December 1971. Later in life, from 1975 onwards, Mysore served as a training cruiser for Navy cadets. Let's hope they did that in harbor because they hit a lot of boats. The Mysore herself was decommissioned in August of 1985. What about the ship? In short, she's a Tier 6 Fiji class with some specific differences. She has no torps and lacks the ability to damage even low-tier BBs, which I'll talk about a bit later. Her health pool is actually pretty decent for a light cruiser. It's 30,600 hit points, not bad. And there's an actual bonus that goes with that I think is actually more important. Her guns are 152 millimeter in a 3x3 configuration. Don't forget she got rid of the 4th turret back in 1954. And they're configured to shoot traditional British armor piercing with a reload time of 10 seconds. It's a bit slow, but not too bad. Secondaries are actually okay and can harass DDs and even kill DDs at close range with low health. Don't count them out. Hit the C key, look on them, and make sure you take them out. A defense is okay at best. However, in smoke, any plane that lingers over you, such as a fighter or spot aircraft or anything else, over time will be shot down in no time short. One of the biggest bonuses, she has creeping smoke, just like the Perth, the same tier. Perth being Australian. At quarter speed, you can move in your smoke, which is a great bonus. With the upgrade smoke, it will last 148 seconds. Her hydro, if upgraded, will last 145 seconds, and you can spot torps at 3 kilometers and ships at 4 kilometers. Note, please, your concealment and smoke after firing your main guns is 5 kilometers. A lot of people in the Perth, the London, and this boat at that tier do not pay attention to that. You can get spotted, and being a light British cruiser, you can get Citadel pretty easy. The best part of the Mysore is she has a heel, and it's a typical British heel. It's really good, lots of charges. I think it's 3 to start. I like it. Concealment is good with a good captain and flags and camo at 9.6. Again, not the Perth, which is 8.8, and not the London, which is a bit more than 10. But 9.6 is pretty decent. Speed is also good. She has amazing acceleration, just like any other British cruiser from the Minnow down. With a splayed flag, you can get 33.1 knots, and acceleration, like I said earlier, is fantastic for a British cruiser. Overall, I love this boat. It's a lot of fun. We love playing in operations or randos with it. The main downside are randos itself. Play if you're up tiered, you will do very well against DDs and cruisers. However, against BBs, even at any tier, tier 4 to tier 8, if you're not at point blank range, you will do little to no damage. If you have a charging BB battleship, drop your smoke and run away. Very often I find myself hitting the number 3 key for torps and realizing there are none. It's on a Fiji. And it can be very frustrating. In the end, I love this boat, but last thing I'll say is if you're playing tier 6, tier 7, tier 8, you got a battleship, drop your smoke or just turn away. Don't engage it. You can only do damage to the superstructure and limit it. Once the superstructure is saturated, the battleship can just demolish you, heel or no heel. But hey, overall, like I said, I love the boat. It's a lot of fun to play. In this case, join the rest of the match you're seeing here. This is my clan playing some operations on the weekend. It's a good boat. Love the camo. Other than that, take care. Great seeing everyone again, and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Reconnaissance reporting. Enemy reinforcement approaching.
We sunk an Allied cruiser.
Reconnaissance reporting. The second enemy reinforcement party is approaching.
We sunk an Allied battleship. Smoke generator started.
Reconnaissance reporting. The third enemy reinforcement party is approaching.
Smokescreen set. We sunk an Allied cruiser. Battle ends in 5 minutes. sunk an Allied battleship.
Reconnaissance reporting. The 4th enemy reinforcement party is approaching.
Fire, fire, fire. Problem solved, sir. We've sunk an Allied battleship. Smoke generator started.
Reconnaissance reporting. The 5th enemy reinforcement party is approaching.
Fire, fire, fire. Problem solved, sir.